First Epistle to Timothy, chapter 3. In studying this chapter, to examine the qualifications necessary for bishops and deacons, to appreciate the noble view that Paul has of the church. In this chapter, we find the qualifications necessary for those who would serve as bishops in the local congregation. 1 Timothy 3, 1 through 7. This is a faithful saying. If a man seeks the office of an overseer, he desires a good work. The overseer, therefore, must be without reproach, the husband of one wife, temperate, sensible, modest, hospitable, good at teaching, not a drinker, not violent, not greedy for money, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not covetous, one who rules his own house well, having children in subjection with all reverence. But if a man doesn't know how to rule his own house, how will he take care of the assembly of God? Not a new convert, lest being puffed up he fall into the same condemnation as the devil. Moreover, he must have a good testimony from those who are outside, to avoid falling into reproach and the snare of the devil. A similar list is included for those who would be deacons. 1 Timothy 3, 8 through 13. Deacons in the same way must be reverent, not double-tongued, not addicted to much wine, not greedy for money, holding the mystery of the faith in a pure conscience. Let them also first be tested, then let them serve as deacons if they are blameless. Their wives in the same way must be reverent, not slanderers, temperate, faithful in all things. Let deacons be husbands of one wife, ruling their children and their own house as well. For those who have served well as deacons gain to themselves a good standing, and great boldness in the faith which is in Christ Jesus. Paul then explains the purpose in writing this epistle. Though hoping to come soon, he writes so that Timothy will be well instructed on how to conduct himself in the house of God, which is the church, the pillar and ground of the truth. 1 Timothy 3, verses 14 and 15. These things I write to you, hoping to come to you shortly. But if I wait long, that you may know how men ought to behave themselves in the house of God, which is the assembly of the living God, the pillar and ground of the truth. Mention of the truth prompts a summation of the mystery of godliness, which pertains to the coming of Christ into the world. 1 Timothy 3, verse 16. Without controversy, the mystery of godliness is great. God was revealed in the flesh, justified in the Spirit, seen by angels, preached among the nations, believed on in the world, and received up in glory. This is the conclusion of chapter 3 of the first epistle to Timothy.